Hi, I'm Catherine
And I'm Lynn, and we are a coffee break.
with Cat and Mom. Welcome back to our podcast. Today is episode 28. We're going to have to figure out something big to do for episode 30. Yeah. So maybe give us some ideas.
Or more martini. What's it called? Espresso martini.
Yeah.
Maybe another brand.
Yeah, we'll do a little celebration for sure. We'll come up with some ideas, but that'll be a special one. Today, our topic is nostalgia, and that is like a very broad spectrum for us. We're from two different generations too, so there's different things that bring back that like nostalgic feeling when like you see something or you hear something, and you just get that happy little childlike feeling inside. But first, we're going to start with our week in review. What did you do this week?
Actually, I just came back from Clearwater. I had never been to Clearwater. I'm going to say that I didn't really see the beach because I was at a chiropractic conference all day, both days. I woke up at what time? 4 a.m. and picked up another doctor from where I work. There's two offices, and then we drove there. And I will say, though, it was the longest bridge I've ever been on.
Yeah.
You see Tampa, and then because it was below Tampa, the route that we took to get there, and it was really cool. That was a beautiful bridge.
Yeah.
And then, except like, you just kind of think like, what if your car stops? Like,
yeah, I don't.
What do you do? It was a
bridges.
very, very long, and then you're off the big bridge, and then you continue with a low bridge for miles,
That's
and then
crazy.
you eventually get to Clearwater. But
Yeah, that's what I did. It's very pretty. I will say it's very calm.
Yes,
it depends on what part though.
Well, where we were at, I mean, just like when I went to Tampa, like you drive in this beautiful. I mean, well, they had a hurricane like last fall, so a lot of stuff is still being rebuilt, but it was a beautiful neighborhood ghetto. Beautiful neighborhood ghetto.
That's usually how it is in Florida. Yeah. You have like a really, really, really like poor neighborhood, and then you have like the richest of the rich, and it's like you see the clear imbalance of.
Oh, well, absolutely. Yeah. Just from here, our island, to get to Palm Beach Island, it's like a little scary.
No, it's insane and it's sad. Yeah. But I was just studying for finals. I have one final left, but I got the hard ones out of the way, and they went great. I passed all my classes.
How many A's?
We're not going to talk about it. I think I right now I'm taking only 3 in-person classes, and I got 2 B's, 1 A.
That's good.
They were hard though. They were very hard. Like those exams were a lot of math. Going into finance, math just comes along with it, and a lot of statistics. So it's just like you go through one problem. Like literally yesterday, it took me like 20 minutes to get through one problem. None of the answers are the option, and I was like, at this point, I got 20 minutes left to submit this. I don't have another 20 minutes to go back through this, so I had to guess on that one. But I got.
Do you know if you got it right?
I don't know, but I got a B, so
it's good.
Happy with that. But every episode we do a coffee review to promote small businesses, small owners, and we review it, we try it, and then we come back and tell you guys how it was. We were in Iowa this past week as well. We forgot to include that.
We went that. So that was our big thing. So we did go celebrate Easter in Iowa.
That's where we're originally from. Well, she's from Montreal, but she moved.
We moved from Iowa, yes. I mean, I was there.
I got a hair on my mic. There we go.
Yeah, I had that too earlier. But you know what? What we figured out before we moved here? I lived more years of my life in Iowa than Montreal.
That's crazy.
Just a couple, but
yeah. So a lot of your nostalgia probably comes from Montreal, since it's been so long.
Yeah, well, in Iowa as well.
Yeah,
I will say.
But since going back to Iowa is so nostalgic. So that's perfect timing because going back and seeing just the weather change and the people. Because I went to go visit my childhood best friend. Like we came out of the womb 8 days apart. So and have been friends ever since. So that was very nostalgic of seeing her. So that was fun. That's what we did.
Although it was very brown, like we're used.
Oh, the saturation goes down for sure.
Yeah, it's just like when we used to have green and beautiful colors and stuff here, and we flew in, and I remember it says that it was 80, and everybody was on the golf course, and then just t-shirts and tank top, and we still came in with our sweatshirt on.
The next day was freezing though.
Oh my gosh, the day we left was so cold. Yeah. It was just ridiculous.
No, but that was very nostalgic to go back and a lot of fun. But while we were there, we tried a energy drink place that's in Iowa City, it's new. We have a place like that in Bettendorf where I grew up, and it's called Atomic Coffee Bar. But this one's in Iowa City, which is so smart because it's on the campus, which Iowa City and University of Iowa is just like in Iowa City. Like the campus is the city. So I think it's in walkable distance from the dorms. Like it's just perfect. It's just a perfect place to have energy drink.
Yeah.
Yes, it's so good. Though.
Perfect placement.
My best friend would go twice a day to Atomic, and now she's going to Hyper. It's called the Hyper. Mm-hmm. And they pretty much have like syrups that they put in this energy drink, and it's so good.
So bad for you. Sugar and what's in the energy drink. I think sometimes that it's too sweet.
No, I love it.
But I like that one. Like at Atomic, there's only one that I like really. And what's the other place too in Bettendorf that we like?
Iconic. We love Iconic. Yeah. The girl that I went up to iCity with works at Iconic, and I think if we open one in Florida, because there's 7 brew, but like it's nothing like the ones in Iowa. No. That's what we do in Iowa is we go drive to Atomic or go drive to Hyper. And that's like
during 2020, during the lockdown, those lines were 2 hours long.
That's another thing that's nostalgic. Going back to Iowa and getting Whitey's, our local ice cream place.
Oh my gosh, yes. We stopped there the first day.
And then getting Atomic because that's something that I did all through high school. And we would sit 2 hours during COVID to get this Atomic drink because that's all we could do. And everybody would get out of their cars and they'd sing. I have a video of my friend Eve, who just got engaged. Congrats.
Go Eve.
Yeah. And she's moving. I have a video of her getting out of the car and dancing because we were in line for so long, or there'd be one car that's playing really good music, so everybody would turn their music down and just listen to theirs.
That one.
So that was also, I guess, related to our topic today. But Hyper, I had the Dynamite, which was amazing. I love anything with like strawberry, white chocolate, or like raspberry. Just like the red drinks are my go-to. So
I had Solar Strawberry. So it was. I mean, I like it. It was good. It's sweet, but it's good.
She never really is into like the energy drinks personally. Like I know everybody my age. If we had one here in Florida, like it would be booming business. Like Hyper, like let me franchise a Hyper here in Florida. Like I love you guys. Inside is so clean. Like your guys' color is like white and then like a light turquoise almost, but it's all clean. Like the place just looks like it has amazing cleanliness.
Well, that's different than the other two places.
Yeah, the other two places are drive-through.
Yes, it's drive-through.
So this place is like, I don't know, it's just very aesthetically pleasing to be in there. So shout out to them too for just being like, I don't know, matching the vibe of their drinks too. It was not like a
coffee, but it was like a energy.
Still caffeine.
With caffeine in it.
Yeah, I mean, we review matchas now. Like, we just need to be a caffeine break with Cat Mom at this point. But now we'll dive into our topic. This idea came about because I drive my sister down to swim practice, which is 40 minutes away at the least.
On the nights that
it can be like an hour, up to an hour long or more.
In the afternoon,
and my boyfriend Bryce was driving me and Amelia to Amelia's swim practice, and I found a Disney playlist, like Disney Channel songs. And so I was like playing all of them, and I was like, oh my gosh, you remember this like Disney show? And then I find another one, and he'd be like, holy shit, like I forgot about that one. And Amelia's just in the back like, I never watched any of these.
Like the Hannah Montana. She saw the movie, but I don't think she would know the songs from the...
No. There's some shows that Bella and I, my sister, older sister, weren't allowed to watch, and we would go downstairs and secretly watch them, like Hannah Montana and Victorious.
You were allowed to watch Hannah Montana until you guys started acting like her, and she was a little brat.
She was not a brat.
She was a brat in that TV show. It was terrible.
She's an icon. She's a legend.
But that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying she was a brat in the stupid TV show.
Anyway, she was very inspiring. Like The song The Climb will always be nostalgic for me because when I was younger, it's still nostalgic though. When I was younger and I would like try to get like motivated for my swimming, I'd listen to The Climb because it's just so motivational. A little slow, but it's okay. It's okay. So I was like, it's climb.
She can't sing.
Okay. And then, there was a sound on TikTok that was trending, and it was like, "Hello, New York," when she has her suitcase.
Oh yeah.
And she's in her hometown. Or the Hoedown Throwdown. I played that yesterday.
Well, that's
also
nostalgic
so
for me
nostalgic.
because we danced it together.
Yeah.
We all learned you guys, I mean, you were teaching me, you and Bella
Yeah.
were teaching me the steps, and that was
Yeah,
funny.
because you guys got us like a, like one of those mats you can lay out and it can connect to like the TV or whatever, and you like,
Yeah.
what are they called? Like you're supposed to step on the thing that you're supposed to.
Yeah, I can't remember, but yes, that.
We had that, but for like Hannah Montana themed. So there's that. Now I'm just gonna dive into like the music that's nostalgic for my generation. I have some artists written down.
Cyrus.
I have the artists written down in really crappy handwriting because I would like think of something and just jot it down. Rihanna, that's a big one. Riri, she still makes music, sorta.
Well, you started listening to her. You guys were little.
Yeah.
When she, yeah, and then some of her lyrics were very inappropriate.
No, so this is another thing is, I was being babysat by Abigail Landrum, and she played one of the music videos, and it shows like her butt or whatever, and I was like, I don't think I'm allowed to watch this. Like, I vividly remember being like, what the hell is this? Because I didn't understand what the words meant.
Well, when you were babysat by Melissa Comandino, and like we never listened to country in our house, which we love country now, but we never did. And that's when Taylor Swift came out, and she was like country. And you guys would sing this in the house, and I'd be like, what the hell is this? No, it was
awesome.
Yeah, well, then, I mean, we turned out to love it, but...
We actually got Taylor Swift tickets.
Yeah.
And the concert never happened, but... So Taylor Swift, please refund and get us tickets.
Oh, is that... No, that was not her.
Yes, it was Taylor Swift. Then there's also Meghan Trainor.
Meghan Trainor. And she got sick. I remember that.
But, gosh, what was I going to say? I was going to say something about... Whatever. Now, the next one is controversial now, but Katy Perry. It's not really controversial, but Katy Perry. I'll tell you why. She doesn't know, I guess.
Because I'm like, I don't know why it's controversial.
Katy Perry, like last Friday night, I Kissed a Girl. My dad got mad because Bella and I would listen to it. My mom would play it and be like, don't tell your dad you're listening to this. What else? Why am I like having a brain fart? California Girls.
I was going to say the jeans.
Oh my gosh. Like, her
Daisy
music.
Dukes, bikinis on top.
Oh, this is what I was going to say. They just don't make music like this anymore. Because, like, those artists made music to perform. Like, when you performed, you're like, la, 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 la. Like, you know, stuff like that, like, the audience can, like, sing along with, catchy. But now it's just so, I don't know if it's TikTok that ruins it, but it's so repetitive. And then back then, like, we didn't have, I mean, we did, but, like, we didn't really have nasty music that was, like, super, like, gross. Like, you know, just, like, Sexy Red, stuff like that. Like, we didn't have that. Back then it was like, yes, it was inappropriate, but like, it doesn't directly say what it means.
Yeah,
you know
well, so Lady Gaga, like, you know, riding your
I want to take a ride on your disco stick. Like, my childhood best friend would sing that.
It was her favorite song.
The thing is, it's not like straight up saying like that nasty, like the nasty stuff that it means, but it's.
But us parents were listening, and she was going at it, and like trying to dress up like Lady Gaga, and we're just like, this is like, whenever she is older and when she understands what that means, we'll be like, oh shit, she got me, what's wrong with my parents? Or that, or the movie American Pie. Everybody in my generation would say,
oh yeah. Why can I think of it now? Oh, at one time at band camp.
Yeah, so when our kids would see, and then one time, and then all of us, even your dad and I would be like, at band camp. And then one day we'd say, okay, one day you guys, you know, and then we figured out like they're going to think we're just so gross. Like, what was wrong with us? And that happened last winter, not this winter, the winter before.
Yeah, I finally watched the movie.
And and you and your sister looked at me like, ew.
Yeah. I was like, bro.
We're talking like 15 years later. Let's watch this movie 10 years later.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's nostalgia.
Yeah. But like the songs back then, I truly think were like, it might have been hinting at something inappropriate, but it didn't directly say it. And it was still like singable, and you didn't feel uncomfortable singing it. It was fun to sing. They were performative. Like, that's what we did our dance routines.
Yes,
that's another nostalgic thing is Malia and I and Katerina and Bella, Black Eyed Peas would create we'd be downstairs and we'd put the CD on for Black Eyed Peas, and we'd create a dance. CDs. Yeah, and we had like a playroom that had like a stage.
But I had a stage built for you guys, and then the lights like hitting.
Yeah, and we would practice a dance routine, and then we'd come down and show you guys, and it'd be to like My Humps, Black Eyed Peas, and we didn't know what that meant. I mean, we kind of did, but like we thought it was funny. And what else? What's another?
Florida, but that's a little bit later. Florida.
Yeah, Florida was later, but I went to his concert. I like to say that. I just wrote that down to say that. I held his hand and danced with him. I'll say it again.
She's gonna say like forever till the day she dies. Keisha, right? Kesha. Some of her songs were borderline like just we don't need to listen to this. I mean,
Kesha was huge.
When you were younger, it was
huge. So we didn't know what it meant again. Like TikTok on the clock, but the party don't stop. No.
Yeah, Gangnam Style. That was funny. I mean, that was later on because we were at our last house. Yeah, and I remember dancing Gangnam Style with Macy. And you on our porch outside.
I did it with my cat. I had my cat do the dance too. I will say Gangnam Style is very nostalgic because it was just like the whole entire world was doing the dance. Yeah. Like it truly brought the world together. I will say that too.
Did he sing anything? You told me that he did sing other coming back.
You know, he's been doing tours. I've been seeing on TikTok. They're huge. And like when he does Gangnam Style, like everybody's hype. But he has other.
And that's like I thought it was like I mean that's the only song I remember.
No, he has other like huge like songs that are big.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And then of course the number one.
Well, wait. We have Britney Spears.
Yeah, you guys were not really into Britney Spears.
Are you serious? Circus, Toxic.
I know, but not. I mean, it was
no. Okay.
We never owned a CD of her.
I was bigger with Britney Spears in middle school. I'll say. Jennifer Lopez. We danced to her songs in Zumba and Mr. Saxo Beat.
Mr. Saxo.
That's super nostalgic for me because we do Zumba routines.
That was Zumba.
Yeah.
I remember that Maroon 5, but that was more me. Maroon 5. I make you guys listen to this because I went to see
She was a big Maroon 5 fan. Frick you, Adam Levine, for naming your child after your mistress.
Yes, that's
Usher.
That's why we don't really just
Usher. I came to dance. We sang that song for chorus too.
Is that what's this?
Justin Bieber.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I remember listening to him the first time. I was like, this isn't a girl. And the Shimboris gifted us for Christmas Justin Bieber pajamas, and we gave the Shimboris Jonas Brothers pajamas. Yep. Unless I mix that up. I don't know if it's we got Jonas Brother or they got Justin Bieber.
I can't remember.
But either way, we were huge Jonas Brothers and huge Justin Bieber, and later on, huge One Direction fans.
Oh, that's the number one.
Like, bro, I kid you not. Like, I thought I was going to meet them.
We still have the Barbie dolls.
Yes, I have the pillow. I have a thing with my friend that, we aren't in touch anymore, but she has the pillow right now, so we'll see how it gets to me.
We said that, okay, so I came up with the idea and talked to their mom, and they were like very close friends at that time. And they were two sisters, so 4 girls. And then it was like this pillow.
It's Zane.
And then, so the pillow would be like kind of hidden somewhere in somebody's bedroom or car, whatever. It ended up in a car, and then all of a sudden they would come and, do sleepovers, blah, blah, blah. And then the pillow would just disappear, would be at their house and back and forth. It went on for the 4 years of high school.
This is when I stopped keeping in touch with this friend, but I put it underneath her car seat, shoved it underneath when she had all the stuff packed to go to college, and I put it there. But I did text her over the summer, and I was like, hey, by the way, did you find that Zane pillow? She's like, yeah, I did. But
so we don't know if it's ever gonna make it back, but I'm pretty sure she kept it. That's her thing. I think she would.
Yeah. But One Direction was huge. I went to a concert with my sister, and she's
my
technically
cousin.
My cousin. She's
in
age wise. Yes, I know, but
she's in between.
Anyway, and I was decked out in One Direction. I had the watch, the necklace, the earrings, the top.
Whole thing.
Yeah,
the whole thing. And you guys came back with hats.
Yeah, it was literally the best night of my life. Literally.
It was pretty cool. And but you said the Jonas Brothers, they were in Camp Rock. I remember we watched that for you guys.
Camp Rock and Demi Lovato.
Oh yeah.
That was
we didn't really listen to her music per se, but I mean
Bella and I did. Bella and I did Heart Attack. That was later on, but or Skyscraper, excruciating, bro. But the Camp Rock music we listened to.
Yeah.
So the last person for the music it's got to be Selena Gomez. Oh, I totally forgot to say the Katy Perry controversy.
Oh, yeah. What is it?
She went to space.
What?
You saw that?
Oh, my gosh. I did see this. I thought it was a joke.
With it for 11 minutes and then came back down. But people are saying that it's a complete hoax because you see a video of somebody just opening the door and then it's they're realizing it's not the cue to open the door. And then Jeff Bezos goes and pretends he has to take this tool to yank the door open. And everybody's like, yeah, there's no way that the ship or the craft that you took to space, you can just open the door like that. So
And how many millions would it cost to do this?
exactly, and everybody's like, okay, now rich people just going to do shit just to do shit, and they're
You
all
have
up
to
there.
be like physically prepared to go to.
I mean, they were like still like in the atmosphere, but they still
it
like
doesn't matter. The G's on you too.
yeah, exactly. And
G-force.
well, when they're up in the space, you know how your hair like sticks up. Their hair is just beautifully like.
Okay, so she didn't go to space. But
so we think it's like all a lie, and now people aren't buying her tickets to her new tour. Now
that should have been thought a little bit better.
Yeah,
by her publicist. But anyways,
back to Selena Gomez. With Monte Carlo.
Oh my gosh, I remember that movie. That was so cute. I
had my best friend rewatch it with me.
We should watch that tonight with your sister.
It's such a heartwarming movie.
Yes, it is.
It's so good. And Selena Gomez is still an icon, but she was such an icon for me back then.
I actually love her new TV show with the murder and Steve Martin.
What is it? The Murder.
Why do I not know? Only Murders.
Yeah.
And it's your sister and I started watching this, and I realized I'm like, maybe this is not appropriate for her, but it was not gruesome or anything like that. She's watched worse, but I mean, it's very catchy, and I just love when she got interviewed, and they were asking her like, do you feel like you're surrounded, like, you know, by your grandpas or whatever, you know, because they're much older. She's like, I find myself doing like them eating the same thing for lunch every day, because she said they eat the same freaking thing every day. She's like, now I find myself like, oh crap, I just did the same thing, you know, and stuff. So I thought it was so cute. She seemed just such genuinely nice.
Yeah, like she is so cute. I literally wanted to be her when I was younger. I was obsessed with her. And now that leads us back to the Disney Channel shows, because Disney Channel is such a huge part of like my generation.
Totally.
And like my little sister doesn't know any of these shows. Like she maybe knows like one or two.
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, you know, when she was a little bit, I mean, she's 11, so let's say around that time, or maybe a couple of years back, I tried to go on Disney Channel and compared to what like the shows she's gonna mention in a few minutes,
it's not the same anymore.
It's not the same. It's so
annoying.
Dumb.
Yeah,
even she's looking at them, or maybe because she's not your typical 11-year-old, because you know she grew up with you guys, but she's just like, that's lame. Like,
it's not
I don't
funny.
watch
it's not interesting. It's just like
dumb jokes. She did watch some stuff on Disney that was like more like, you know, dumb, but it's not as dumb as it is right now. I don't know, like some TV shows and stuff, and then I found myself watching it, and it's like, I'm like, well, I need to know what happens. Like, let's watch the second episode. The same thing when I was following these with you guys.
Now
I want to know.
Disney's gone so downhill. Like, the live actions have not been doing good, and like their Disney Channel shows not good.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna list off some that are nostalgic for me. I didn't put it down, but iCarly. That was Bella's top favorite.
Oh my God, we had the iCarly doll and the microphone and the whole thing that she was doing. Yeah.
Obviously Wizards of Waverly Place. My dad went to the behind the scenes of it
and met
her, and I can't remember the guy's name, Alex. And
he met the dad. Whoever plays the dad, her dad. No, is that her dad?
Yeah.
No.
Or he met the brother.
The brother, whatever. Yeah.
And I asked him to bring back either a wand or magic, and he brought back an autograph of the guy in the show, and Bella and I thought he was very cute when we were watching the show, so that was exciting for us. But all he was saying was like that
Selena Gomez is very tiny.
Yeah, she's so
very
short. He's like, wow, she's so much shorter in person.
Yeah.
But that was so cool for me. Camp Rock, like I said, Liv and Maddie, Hannah Montana, Sweet Life on Deck, High School Musical.
No, the High School Musical. It was a countdown. I don't know if you guys remember this, whoever's watching this, but it was a countdown on TV, like for I think 2 weeks straight, and you could see the hours and the minutes and stuff. Yeah. So I was like, okay, fine. So we got all of your friends, and then they were starting to sell at Party City, I think.
Yeah.
The plates and the napkins and stuff. So I had a party, High School Musical party. I remember Sue and the girls were at our house, and we probably had other friends. I can't remember, but it was a huge thing in our living room with I remember that.
It's such a good movie.
Yeah.
Austin and Ally. Bryce, my boyfriend, had wanted to be Austin so bad. That was a really good show. Victorious, like Sam and Cat, but I wasn't a big fan of Sam and Cat. I don't know if Victorious is. It's Disney Channel, right? Or it's Nickelodeon? I don't know.
We didn't really watch Nickelodeon. I don't think you guys did.
Shake It Up with Zendaya and Bella Thorne, which I don't know what she's doing now, but that was a very good show. You remember that one? Shake It Up?
I mean, it sounds familiar, and then now you sing Zendaya, so I kind of remember seeing her. But I'm just gonna, for me right now, when you say, Who, like Sabrina Carpenter? Yeah, she was in that show. And
Girl
then,
Meets World, yeah.
then whoever, like the big singers, I'm like, yeah, she was in that show. What? So all the new singers were in those shows before? Is
Yeah,
that
that's
how it
like kind
works?
of like what kickstarted their career.
Wow, okay.
That's So Raven, and then
Oh my gosh,
the Cheetah Girls.
We brought you to the Cheetah Girls.
Yes,
You
the
saw
Cheetah
that
Girls, so big for me. Their style, their music, their movies, like I literally love them. It was so cool to see them live.
That was your first kind of.
I vaguely remember
concert.
the concert, but what I do remember is how quick their outfit changes were and how many they had because they were like killing it.
It was pretty impressive.
I played a song for Bryce because he never watched the Cheetah Girls, but
they had a movie. They had a movie, remember? And then they went
multiple.
to. Yeah, I remember the first
they
one.
went to Barcelona.
Yeah, that's Barcelona. I remember that. Yeah, I remember that TV, that movie.
I was gonna sing it, but I don't think you guys want to.
Nope, we don't
hear that. But
we don't.
And then along with that, the excitement, like I felt this yesterday talking to Bryce, just like the feeling inside of me was like, oh my gosh, like I'm so happy. Talking about the Halloween, like the countdown to like the Halloween themed episodes.
Oh yes,
and the Christmas themed episodes, like oh my gosh, my butt would be sat after school or like when I got all my stuff done, so I could watch the Halloween themed or the Christmas themed or like the Valentine's Day themed. There's always like just the excitement.
Even with some of the Disney movies,
it's
remember
like
Disney, like Shrek. They had Shrek Halloween. That was actually pretty scary. Even you watch it every year, and you just
I know. Like
this is still like it's like Psycho and whatever. What's the one that goes on the ceiling? Anyways, in Bobby, whatever. Yeah. I just couldn't come up with it, but
oh god, Pinocchio.
Pinocchio is in there too. Yeah. But anyway, he's the one that was playing this. There's so many. Oh my gosh,
Monsters University.
Yeah, Monsters Inc. Yeah, they have. There was like 4, and then we would watch them. During Christmas time, we would watch them driving down here.
I
remember this, but they had a Halloween, they had Christmas. I don't know if they had Valentine's or Easter, but it was really cool.
I loved the Halloween edition stuff. I forget what it is, the Disney Halloween, like something, I don't know.
Special, yeah.
Yeah, and they had like when they did the dun 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 dun. That's what it is? No. Am I dumb? But when they take the wand and they're like, is it dun 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 dun?
Well, I don't know about the song.
Guys, it's been a while. But like they take the wand and they have somebody do it, and it's just like that little wand thing is the coolest thing ever. But
okay.
Now did you play with Barbies when you were younger? I did. Was that like your thing, Barbies?
It was. So my brother was 9 years older than me, so I was pretty much by myself besides figure skating, and stuff with friends. But I was huge in Barbie, and I had the whole thing. I was huge into Barbies, yeah, and I had like the Winnebago, and
the what?
The RV. Is it called a Winnebago?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so I had the RV. It was yellow. I remember that. I had the Jeep and I had the Corvette. I remember this. Well, I was the only one playing with toys, so so they got me this. But that was huge. I did not cut my Barbie's hair. My niece did that, but I did.
Oh, she was the weird Barbie, in the Barbie.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And then I really liked playing with Play-Doh. That was like Mamie.
That was big.
So my mom loved to sit down with me. We would play Play-Doh on the table and build some stuff.
Play-Doh was fun.
And I had all the accessories, to do hair, to do food, to do stuff like that. And my other big thing, I love doing puzzles. So my mom had bought me Light Bright. But the old,
oh my God,
the old school, big, looks like a TV, freaking Light Bright and doing stuff. I could do that for hours.
You gave Bella and I Light Bright too. Yeah. And that was very big for, oh my gosh, Scooby-Doo. I don't know, I just thought of that. But I remember
yes, you guys
Scooby-Doo's big. But and I remember waking up every morning. Sorry, this episode's all over the place. It's just coming to me. But I would wake up every morning and I'd get excited because I'd go to your room while you got ready in the morning and I would sit and watch Ariel.
Yeah, that's true. You were big on Ariel.
Yeah, but that was big for me. What were we talking about? Because I got Barbie. So for me, Barbie was big when I was like younger, and the Barbie movies. So the Barbie, the Mermaid Tail. Yeah. Remember Zuma the dolphin, the pink sparkly dolphin?
We're not talking about the new Barbie movie. We're talking about
like
the kids animated Barbie movies.
And of course, I'm not going to be able to name anything right now. Or the Three Musketeers. Yeah. Just all the Barbie movies were amazing. The Fairyland with the fairy one.
Oh, the Fairyland. It was called Fairyland.
I don't remember, but all of those are very nostalgic for me.
Yeah.
I would watch them again right now. I'm not going to lie. They were so good.
I think I got rid of those when we moved, though. of the movies. I mean, there were DVD.
I'll watch them on whatever.
You know what? I kept so many DVDs, so I don't know because I could not get rid of. First, it's just so much money in those DVDs.
Yeah.
But so.
But I would watch all those movies again, and My Little Pony. I love My Little Pony.
Oh,
so
you were the Little Pony. What was a whole lot more than Isabella. Isabella was doing something else. You were
Malia and I had a My Little Pony themed birthday. Like, I love the little ponies and stuff. Obsessed with them.
And your sister Amelia, we kept those for her, and then she even went above and beyond with this. But now she's more into
like real
horse
looking like horses.
Yeah,
but loved My Little Pony and the show. But Monster High dolls was me, my sister Malia, Katerina.
Stupid
those are things.
Dolls.
I love them. I love watching the show now still. But the Monster High dolls are so nostalgic for me. Like, we'd get so excited when the new one came out. I saved up my birthday money to go get Ghoulia.
Sue and I, my friend Sue.
Draculaura.
Oh my gosh, we would
Claudine.
wait in line at stupid Toys R Us to get those ungodly expensive whatever dolls. You guys were all dressed up as Monster High dolls for Halloween one year.
Yep. And I was Draculaura, Bella was Frankenstein. Katerina was Laguna, and Malia was Claudine.
How do you remember?
Because I love them so much. And she threw them out. She threw them all away. She sold them.
I sold them.
She sold them, and I cannot believe it because I love those things. Those things are so
Hey, I was
special.
cleaning up. You guys were there. You saw what was for sale.
I definitely did not see those, but they're probably bought right away.
But you know what I kept? And I actually was very good before we actually moved to Florida. I mean, it took me an entire day.
I bought Ghoulia.
No, okay. Your American Girl dolls, because that's very special. And then because you and your sister were, kind of same age, 2 years apart. So we always bought like the same outfits for both of your dolls. So it's all in little separate Ziploc baggies, every single outfit, from like the socks to the underwear to the shoe to the tights, whatever. And it says Bella or it says Catherine, and it's all, and your sister has, Amelia has some too, but it's all very, it took me forever, but I got it done. And it's all separated, so you guys have all your dolls. Because I don't think that's something. especially we made them look like you,
Yeah.
So we never bought like the doll of the year, or
it was just the ones that looked like us.
Yeah.
But now I'm just gonna go into. There's just so much stuff. Some basic experiences, and I'm sure everybody can relate. The snow days can be like. Obviously, people down south don't really like understand it unless you're a little bit more north of Florida, but snow days, like. Waiting by the TV screen to see if your school comes across the TV screen is like.
But at your age, we got phone calls.
Okay, yeah, but still, like,
but it was still like, it was still on the TV.
It still like happened at, like getting across the TV screen, or you wake up in the morning, you're like school canceled, and they're like, yeah, and then you sit around, you watch Disney Channel all day, you drink hot cocoa, and that ties in with the feeling of Christmas when you're a kid, like. At school, we watched the Polar Express, and they put like little bells on each of our desks. Like, Christmas was just a different feeling back then. And in school, when they like did stuff for it too.
Yeah.
Well, it was just so special.
For snow days for us, it's like we didn't really, I'm from Canada, we didn't really have snow days. Like when there was a snow day, it was like, holy shit.
Yeah,
like,
it's bad.
Because you could be in a huge snowstorm and then you're still waiting for the bus to go to high school in the middle of the snowstorm, and you had to kind of wave at the bus driver because there was so much snow everywhere. And, so... Yeah, and we would wait, like, we're not. Yeah. But we knew when I was older, though, when I got to college, or even at Palmer, when I was at Davenport, we knew which teacher would not show up. So we were, wiser at that point. We're like, we know this. Actually, my advanced algebra teacher in college in Montreal, when I was doing my bachelor degree, he was a huge avid skier, like downhill skier and stuff. So if there was a very bad snowstorm, colleges, they closed. Not the high school. College, like the teachers did not want to go, clearly. We would go ski, and we would see him on the slopes and you'd be like, hey, hi. We're like, well, okay, hi. We're okay, right?
Yeah.
Because we're both here.
Yeah. But I would say, back to the Christmas feeling, that was the same for Halloween and Valentine's Day. Like, bringing your little Valentine to drop in each person's box at Valentine's Day.
That's when you were able to bring treats to school. Now
and that was like a whole other, like, feeling and excitement was Valentine's Day, and and then Halloween too. Getting dressed up and going trick or treating.
You were making your little box.
Yes, the Kleenex boxes, and people drop their And then you get to like write everybody's name on it and stuff.
Yeah, I remember that.
But Halloween, Malia always went all out. We always went all out. We'd have really
Halloween
awesome.
Was huge, yeah.
We always had awesome costumes. She would decorate insane, and we would have soup, and you'd put like the witch fingers in it, or like the eyeballs.
Oh yeah, the eyeballs,
the plastic eyeballs.
We would have like
little bites.
And then there would be a witch finger in there and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I would always make 2 kinds of soups and pizza,
mm-hmm.
and then I don't know why I was making desserts because you guys were coming in with a mountain of candies and stuff, but we always had like a bunch of friends coming over.
Yeah,
it was a cool neighborhood. All the neighborhoods we were to.
Yeah,
I mean it was a cool neighborhood. So yeah, and we would always have friends over for.
It was Halloween.
We would put costumes on to give candies.
Halloween was definitely iconic and very nostalgic for me. It's just not the same anymore. Like I feel like these holidays
at the country club, the parties at the country club.
Oh my gosh,
that was huge.
Ugh. Oh, and I just like hold on to that feeling like when I was a kid because it's not the same anymore. So like those memories just like make
it's not the same because you're older. I mean,
I know, but I wish I could like
kids if you have kids.
No, I wish I could like go back in time and just like live through one of these holidays as like a 9-year-old.
I would like to do that too. I remember a couple of my last, trick or treating that I went. I remember those. I would go back, especially like in the town where I grew up. One of the house, the owner was doing props for movies, so he had. I mean, everybody was there just to see what he was making. For Halloween, it was just
so cool.
It was always like a movie theme, and then it was unbelievable. So, but I remember that. And then Christmases, me too. Like I would love to go back to some of the Christmases when I was younger.
Getting excited to like see like Santa's gifts and stuff, and like putting out the cookies the night before.
And how it was,
yes.
like new generation. We're trying to do it the same, but it's not the same, But
so just that feeling, like you just feel that little feeling inside, and it's so I don't know. I was talking to Bryce. I was like, I hope that's what heaven feels like. Is that like that child feeling?
The child feeling, yes. I remember too, like you say like nostalgia, like to go to school. I lived in a residential town, so we all drove our bike. We all rode our bikes.
Yeah.
Or you could walk or ride your bikes to school. And then, I remember we had those locks, and they were like a chain, and it was so cool because you could have it like, covered in different colors. That was the big shit. And then it was like round like this, and you had to turn like the numbers and stuff. And it's like, wait for me, guys, wait for me. Because, you couldn't open yours. But I remember this, and we lived in a circle.
Yeah. Roundabout. Not a roundabout.
No, like a circle. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
like a dead end because it was a circle. But we, you could communicate from street to street by little walkways in between. So my friends, we would meet next to my house and then walk or ride our bikes. But that's where the snow plows would accumulate the snow right next to our house. So
oh my gosh,
when we had snow days or even
doing
right
snow
after
angels.
School. No, but we would just slide there because it was very safe because first it was all kids in my circle.
Yeah.
And so everybody kind of knew, all the parents knew to be careful. But so we would always, and the guy I think was doing it on purpose to just make it higher and higher and higher all the time. So that was really cool. That's when we had a shitload of snow.
Because when I was younger too, we didn't have technology really either. We'd have the little movie screen thing at
in
restaurants
the car and stuff. Yeah.
But that's when a lot of kids were outside playing. We were doing chalk, we were doing bikes.
Yep.
That's what kept us entertained. A lot of riding bikes.
We knew when I grew up, you knew where everybody was.
Yeah.
Where the bikes were. Parents knew exactly, or if you're just where are my friends? They're right there because all the bikes were in the front yard of that house and stuff. Yeah. Your sister, before your dad and I split. That neighborhood was like that.
Yeah, it was
that
perfect.
Was really cool.
Yeah,
that was really cool for that.
That's when I see kids doing that, it's very nostalgic for me. Just seeing them out on their bikes or playing games and stuff. Speaking of games,
we're very big on games.
I had an iPod. Well, first the iPod for music, the mini. You remember the green one? And you could the circle, and then you press next. But also, I had a Kindle Fire. And that's where I read my Percy Jackson books.
Yes.
And which Percy Jackson, very nostalgic. And also played games like Temple Run, Jetpack Joyride, Fruit Ninja, and Cut the Rope.
Fruit Ninja. I remember this. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is extremely nostalgic for me.
I remember that.
I can't really think of Minecraft. I wasn't.
It was the
great at Minecraft, but
Nothing
also
like
nostalgic.
Minecraft
I never
is
got
right now.
super into it, but there's that. And then
Oh, Sims. Sims was before that, I think, though.
Angry Bird.
Oh my gosh, Angry Bird. Your dad was stuck on that.
But I will say that we still were really, really into card games and board games. We would do like family game nights every weekend, and we would just do card games, board games, and Twister is a big one.
Yeah, I had Twister when I was younger too. Loaded Question when you guys got older. We loved to play that. Our friends Sue and Tim, but Sue always came up with like, I got a new game.
Yeah.
So for sure, if not every weekend, every other weekend, we were at somebody's house.
Yeah.
Theirs or ours. And we would play a board game and more friends would come. And I love that. I remember going to, I took you guys, okay, so in my family, they play cards, like regular cards. Not like a card game, like a board game. Because what we were talking about was board game, but they play cards. And I remember taking you guys to Chicago, you and your big sister. That was, I don't know if I had Amelia yet. I can't remember, but we went to see Aladdin the musical.
I do remember that.
And we went to a little boutique hotel that was like literally next door. We didn't even have to go outside.
That's when I wore the robe.
Yes, and she was just like, and they wanted to eat whatever was in that little mini fridge. We're like, no!
That costs money.
Oh my, and then we looked at all the, like, with a little thing of toothpaste was like, what, $20? Yeah. So we were having fun, but I had brought a bunch of snacks, and we were playing Joker Rummy.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is so amazing. See, this is one of the amazing memory for me is to sit on those beds in that little boutique in your robes, and then we were just playing like games before going to do like dinner.
That was a very I remember that whole trip very vividly.
That was a lot of fun. But I played
Monopoly.
Clue. This was huge.
That's something I could never understand. I can't understand Clue. I don't get it.
That every single day,
dude. I didn't get it. I don't get it.
Mr. Plum in Killed with whatever.
I never
knife in the dining room and whatever.
Yeah, Malia loved that game, and I was like, "What?"
I played every day. I remember this like almost every day for like probably a year straight. But I played Uno. Did you have Uno?
Uno, yeah. Okay. Uno's big.
Yeah, you guys played a lot.
What is it? BS, Slapjack.
Oh yeah,
that was big.
Oh bullshit. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So those were big. Crazy Eights.
Yes, I played that too. Yeah.
But that's pretty much all the games I can think of now. I'm sure you guys can think of other ones. Lastly, I'm going to just touch on clothing because this episode would go on another like hour. Yeah. But Justice, I was huge.
The day you guys fit in Justice clothes, it was like, I swear it was the most iconic moment. They walked into the store and they're like, we can buy stuff here. Yeah. It was just like,
Justice was like, I'm obsessed with it. My whole closet was Justice. Then I moved into Tilly. You remember Tilly?
Yeah.
That wasn't too big, but it was like sparkles, glitters. What are the sparkle sneakers?
Oh my
Twinkle
gosh,
Toes.
yes.
Twinkle Toes.
Yeah.
And the charms on it too. What are those? The bands that are animals.
The bands that
the bands that are shaped like animals that you put on your wrist and you trade.
Oh my gosh! Yes.
Fuck. The bracelet, Rainbow Loom.
The Rainbow Loom, yes.
Oh my god. Fruit of the Loom. Rainbow Loom.
Or those. You guys were huge on Rainbow Loom.
Yeah.
Huge on that.
You remember Sock Monkey?
Kind of do.
Yeah, Bella had one. She was like obsessed with it.
But you know, like now your sister does, just to pass on, like, you know, like this.
Oh, the braided bracelets.
Like the bracelets.
Yeah, that
was huge when I was, younger, like maybe like teen, like younger teen. But I remember doing this even like older teenager. I was a figure skater, so we would be in hotel rooms at night, and we would be like doing like the
no, we did that at swim meets and tied on our water bottle.
Yep.
And then what clothes were?
And now Amelia is starting to do that too. Yeah, so that's kind of funny.
What clothes were you like?
Well, my dad liked to dress me a little preppy, so we went a lot to Polo, Ralph Lauren, and Lacoste.
Yeah.
But there was a couple other stores when I was, a little bit older that I loved to go to, but I don't even think they exist. But I mean, Polo and Lacoste still do exist. But my dad was pretty specific on, like, he loved this. He was born in 1930, so he liked he liked old style.
Yeah.
Classy look. So,
yeah, I love that.
Like, I didn't really wear jeans for a long time, so I think I wear jeans more now than I've ever in my life. But yeah, so.
But to wrap this all up, technology has ruined it, and now it's just not the same and it sucks. I guess like Amelia's experiencing like her own childhood that's like going to be nostalgic in the future, but it's just not the same. Like the music's not the same. Shows like there's no really fun shows like that for like kids, like not like little kids, but not like high school. Like there's no like good in between.
Really, no. I mean, she likes this artist that has a YouTube channel, Mariah Elizabeth.
Yeah,
she paints and stuff. So, and then that actually got your sister into painting and things like that. But she is really into animal TV show, like the Discovery Channel,
which we watched that too when we were younger. And
well, that's because we cut off Hannah Montana. Yeah.
So we had to watch
that the History Channel, Discovery Channel, and Animal Planet.
That's another thing.
Animal Planet.
This is really embarrassing, but I realized that the Discovery Channel about mermaids. You remember that documentary?
Yeah.
It's not real. They made everything up.
I know, that was so sad.
I just found that out. It's not true.
Well, it didn't look.
But I was like, no, it did.
Oh.
But anyway, they lied. Discovery Channel is supposed to be real, and it's not. But anyway, I also
That's how we all got stuck on Shark Week. Yeah, like huge Shark Week people here.
Yeah.
Well,
I was very big on. Or you remember the My Little Pony, or not My Little Pony, Littlest Pet Shops?
Yes. Oh, your sister was
in the game that I played.
Yes.
And then you got Bella and I karaoke machine. I remember singing Hot and Cold on the karaoke machine.
Oh yeah, that was like sometime like some days I was like. Was I
hot and cold? And we're like in the mic.
It was terrible. It was terrible.
Yeah. But before I like keep talking for another hour, I guess we'll wrap it up.
We have so many things we can talk about. I feel like I didn't say much.
I know. Because it could be, I feel like this ended up just like bringing back so many memories. But it's happy, and I hope that I hope that I cannot speak. I've been yapping for so long.
I just want to say something because I know there's some French Canadian listening to this podcast, and I was little, but I would watch this TV show before school and after school when I was very, very little, and it was called Passe-Partout. It was extremely educational. I still can sing songs from that stupid show. I can sing the TV show song too, and when we hear, like sometime I would say some, like, where's my lunchbox in French? That's from this stupid show. I remember at lunchtime we would go home. That's something like in elementary school, we could go home for lunch. We had the Flintstones, but in French. So I would watch the Flintstones in French.
Wow.
Yeah. And then during Christmas time, it was Asterix and Obelix.
I think there's actually like a TikTok that popped up about that.
But like the animated one, not the movie one. I didn't care for the movie one, but because I made your sister watch it for French class. But I was like, holy cow, that sucks. But anyway, the animated one, it was always during Christmas time. Favorite. That was my favorite TV show.
But that is all we have for today. I'm sure you guys, or I hope you guys were able to relate to this and it brought back some good memories.
Send us some
good feelings.
Messages.
Send us what made you feel nostalgic or like something that we didn't mention. For some reason, I had like a brain fart writing down all the Disney shows and stuff. But so I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It was a fun one for sure to talk about. And I hope this brought back some nostalgia for you.
Now we're all going to go listen to Florida and Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah. That's what I've been listening to recently. But if you are in Iowa City, go check out Hyper Energy. It's amazing.
Until we open one in Florida.
Then you can come to us. But, wow. I think I've talked so much I forgot how to speak. Go follow us on TikTok at @coffee_break, Instagram at @coffee.break. Our podcast is called A Coffee Break with Cat and Mom. We're on literally everything, almost everything, just not Apple Podcasts, unfortunately. But our video podcasts are on Spotify and YouTube, so check that out. Make sure to subscribe or follow us on whatever you're listening to and like it, and let us know what you guys think.
Awesome. Okay, we always finish with Would You Rather? And it's your baby sister that just told me today, she ask her, would you rather spend your afternoon at the pool or at the beach? She wanted me to use her.
Today it would probably be the beach because I've been having to train and swim at the pool, and it's just like getting really annoying. So, and the water was crystal clear and like shallow today, so you could just walk. So definitely the beach because it's been very pretty.
So we'll go to the beach tomorrow then.
Yeah. All right. Have a great week. We'll see you guys next week.
Love you.